3cr.org.au. This is Marissa and Peter as well, wherever he is. I think he's getting some tech stuff organised. And we'll be taking you through until 5 o'clock this evening. And there are quite a number of refugees in here, enough for a party. But it's always good to laugh. But before we actually get organised here, I wanted to just introduce the topics that we're going to be talking about. So first up on the show, we're going to be introducing everybody in the studio, and then we will be speaking with Anthony Kelly from Flemington Kensington Community Legal Centre, the Chief Executive Officer, although he will appear, I think, as the role of activist legal support. And there's been some police brutality where some protesters were beaten by cops, and it was an anti-mining protest. And so we're going to be speaking to Anthony about that shortly. And then after that, we're going to be speaking out about the stories of the refugees, and we've got lots of work to do. So first up, before we get on to Anthony, please, if you could all introduce yourselves and give a little bit of an introduction about yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mass, and I am a member of Justice for Refugee. I came to Australia in 2013, and I am someone seeking asylum in Australia.
Hello everyone, my name is Rakaya. I'm from Justice Refugee. I'm currently studying, and I came by boat seeking asylum.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed Digagle. I am also an Australian refugee. I am currently a student and just a human being seeking asylum from the Australian government.
And next one.
Hi, my name is Hassan. I am from Justice for Refugee. I came to Australia 2012.
Anyone left?
No.
Oh, okay. So that's wonderful, and thank you so much. And as I said, we've got a lot to get through, but I'm just going to a quick announcement, and then we will speak with Anthony and then get on with speaking to everybody else.
6 years I've been in desert.
Beyond the Bars is 3CR's annual prison project, giving voice to our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander inmates right across Victoria.
It's good to be here because Aboriginal radio, and you don't really get to do this much. Brings us all together.
You'll get your time to take that first step out that front door to freedom beyond these walls.
And I just want to say thank you to all of you for giving us the opportunity to speak on air.
The reason, the bigger the calling. Make your commitment and watch things unfold.
And you can listen to audio from this year's broadcasts and previous years as well, online at any time. Just go to 3cr.org.au/Beyond the Bars.
But also, while I'm here, I'd like to say thank you for coming, helping, giving us a chance to do this. It's really good, it's been going for a while now. Hopefully it keeps going, it's good that we can do this and get our voice out there as prisoners.
We can't blame everything on the external, so let's stop looking for it in the hands of the persecutor, because real power comes from here, and it comes from family.
If you would like us to post you a free CD, contact the station on 03 9419 8377.
And you're back with the Doing Time show. And we've got Anthony. Hello, Anthony. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Marissa.
It's lovely to have you. Just to let you know, we have a packed studio of some really amazing activists here who've formed a refugee group. It's called Justice for Refugees, right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, and they're going to talk about a lot of stuff later. So I just wanted to introduce you to Anthony Kelly. And could you just give a little bit of an introduction briefly about yourself, Anthony, and how you want to be introduced?
Yeah, sure. So I've been part of Melbourne activist legal support for quite some time. I do police accountability work at the Flemington Kensington Community Legal Centre, and we run the Police Accountability Project. But as a volunteer project, I'm part of this group, MELS, which has been around for 8 years now, and one of its roles is to provide legal observer teams that monitors and gathers evidence and reports upon police conduct at protest events.
Thanks,
and we had a team of... Oh, sorry.
That's right, go on. Yep.
Oh, we had a team each day of the imarc conference protests down at the Melbourne Convention Centre last week, and we were, recording and taking notes and reporting upon what was going on down there.
Fantastic. And I'm sure that the information that you were reporting on was quite grisly. Could you just give us a little bit of background about the protest and what actually happened with the police?
Yeah, sure. So it's long and complicated, of course. The protest itself was billed as a blockade, so it was an interventionist action. It was designed to disrupt the running of the International Mining and Resource Conference that was being held for climate justice and against extractive industries and for Indigenous rights around the world. So it had a very clear premise that it was going to be disrupting and blockading, and police took a range of responses to that. And one of our observations, we're compiling our report at the moment, but one of the observations that a legal observer made very early on the Tuesday morning when the blockade itself started was that it started off pretty much as a standard, picket line in front of the building, and it was really the police decision very early on to employ these sort of crowd surges into the lines of people that were blockading that generated so much chaos and disruption of the actual protest itself. And very early on, they started arresting people, and some of them for seemingly just being in organiser-type roles. And this is always of concern, of course, when organisers are targeted. But there were some very clear early examples where what we call snatch squads would surge out from behind the police lines and grab someone, usually very roughly, and then haul them back behind police lines. And that happened to a few organisers for simply standing there at the front with a megaphone. And that sort of tactic was very concerning, and that really set the scene for the next few days. It generated a lot of, as you can imagine, anger and...
I hope that's being reported. I hope that all the evidence is being reported there.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So a lot of it's already been reported online. It's only now that media are really, the last day really and afterwards that the media are really starting to question some of the policing tactics that were used. But, it became very clearly early on that the police were really taking this quite a interventionist approach, but in a way that generated all these harms that were...
It's quite disgusting, Anthony. It is absolutely disgusting that the police... I was reading that they were hiding their badges. In fact, I was speaking to one of our female Aboriginal programmers who was actually pepper sprayed at the protest, and her eyes still hurt from that. And Maz, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony, I'd like to introduce you to Maz. And I'm sorry, I know I'm interviewing about police brutality, but I'm wondering if I could just take the liberty of asking Maz to advertise the rally that Justice for Refugees is having, and then would you be able to just explain to the group here how legal observers work in case they want to have them?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah, so Maz, did you want to have you got notes of a flyer there?
Yes.
Or has anybody else?
Yes. So on the 7th of December, it's going to be our rally about family reunion and bringing families together, and also permanent protection visas, not TPVs, for people seeking asylum and refugees who came to Australia in 2013. And so we are calling on the government to end discrimination against us refugees who is living in Australian community. And we are about 30,000 people who are representing an Australian community.
And where is the rally being held?
It is on State Library of Victoria at 2 p.m, 7th of December this year.
And have you all of you heard about the legal observers, that you could have legal observers there?
No.
Well, we could obviously, I mean, you guys can talk to maybe Anthony later, but I thought it would be really good for listeners and also for Anthony just to explain the role of the legal observer very briefly. Anthony, it's all right. We're not having a meeting or anything. I just feel that listeners need to be educated, and it would be really good to have a little bit of a conversation, wouldn't it? Don't you think, Anthony?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so can you just explain to listeners and also to the refugees in the studio about the crucial role that legal observers can play, because you never know what can happen at this rally.
Yeah, for sure. So legal observers are usually independent of activist groups. We don't organise events ourselves. We just appear as an independent third party, and usually upon invitation. But we're usually at protests where some sort of police intervention is anticipated, and that's generally because police in Victoria take a spectrum of approaches to protests. You know, they might a range of approaches. They might take for a normal march or a rally through the street, they stop traffic and they cordon the roads and they facilitate the march and the protest quite well. And we don't have any problem with that really. But there's only the problem eventuates if they start cordoning or blocking a street or using some form of negotiation to stop a protest going into a particular area or down a particular route. That is unjustified, that places a limit on that protest's ability to, walk down a particular street or assemble in a particular area. So in the vast majority of cases, policing the protest is actually quite fine. It just facilitates, it doesn't really limit peaceful assembly. It's when police decide to cordon or limit or use force at protests where concerns, where things get problematic.
And so you guys the legal observers, record that evidence and take photos where applicable? If
that's right. We wear these pink high-vis vests with legal observer on the back, and we've got cameras and notebooks, and we just record everything we possibly can, and then generally we report about it afterwards.
That's all right.
And we also do training and resourcing for groups as well.
Fantastic. So that's something for you all to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you never know what can happen. I mean, there have been quite a few protests where we don't have just to worry about police, but we also have to worry about fascists.
True.
And I'm not here to scare you, but I think it is important to maybe take some precautions. So just one last question, Anthony. Just getting back to the blockade here. So what was the vibe down there in terms of? I believe that, and I'm not trying to be mainstream media and emphasise the violence. I suppose what I'm trying to say is that police were not accountable to the protesters. They were not accountable to the community, and I'm just wondering what's being done about that.
Oh, it's really interesting. There's definitely a lot of backfire that's come since. So the police decided to use the horses, the mounted units, against people who were refusing to move, and what that meant was people were injured very quickly. Riding police horses into crowds is incredibly dangerous. So there was a lot of arrests and injuries as a result of that policing decision. And then there was also the use of capsicum spray. And the capsicum spray should only be used when there's a direct threat of violence against police officers, but it was used basically against people who weren't posing any threat at all towards police, and in some cases towards people who were climbing up a pole or moving away from police or on the ground with their hands up. A whole range of times it was totally unlawful to use those sort of chemical weapons against people and outside their own use of force guidelines. So for the people who were arrested and charged, they've got a range of options, and Rob Starr is the law firm that's taking a lot of those defences. And they've got a lot of options to defend those charges in court and argue their case in court. For those people who were injured in any way, they've got the option now of making complaints formally to either Victoria Police on their website or to the Independent Broad-Based Committee Against Corruption, or IBAC. And then they've also, for those that were severely injured, or even those people that got capsicum sprayed, then they've got the option also of taking civil action against police. And this is something really important as well: is the people injured by horses or by capsicum spray or by batons or by police physical force, can get advice from a solicitor. And this is something we'd recommend. Is either head to ourselves here at the Flemington Kensington Community Legal Centre or Robinson Gill lawyers who have a specialist police misconduct unit as well, and to get advice about whether they can take civil action.
I hope so.
That's something, yeah.
That's good for listeners to be aware of.
And the other thing that is happening now is that there's a lot of media attention and online attention about a couple of police officers that got a lot of attention because one was photographed with an OK or potentially the white power symbol. Whether it was either way, it was quite concerning because the police officer involved had white nationalist memes on their Facebook page.
White power?
And then there was... That's right, yeah,
God.
using a white power symbol. And the other one had an offensive sort of hand-drawn sticker on their body cam. So both of those got some media attention. But there's also going to be a protest against police violence in general on this Friday down at the Burke Street Mall at 5:30. And that's it's a speak out against the sort of policing that we saw outside the imarc.
So what's going to happen with Cop Watch? We've got to get Cop Watch happening again, Anthony.
Well, there's a lot of people watching cops, that's for sure. So
you guys
online,
be involved here?
No
Get a
shortage.
Cop Watch happening. Sorry, Anthony, go on.
Yeah, so there's no shortage of people watching cops. Like, everybody does that really well, particularly at protests.
Absolutely.
And protests, we're relatively lucky when police abuse their powers at a protest scenario. There's often media, there's often a whole range of people with cameras.
Yes.
The real dangers for people experiencing police misconduct, of course, is out on the streets in the communities who experience really targeted or intensive or racialised policing.
Exactly.
And use of force.
And Flem Ken actually does a lot of work on racial profiling. So, Anthony, we're a bit pushed for time. We've got a lot of work to get through. But, Anthony, I really wanted to have you on just to discuss all this. Can you just plug the thing on the speak out on Friday again, please?
Sure. It's Friday at 5:30 in the Burke Street Mall. And, yeah, that's a speak out against... it's called Defend the Right to Protest Climate Justice Now.
Wonderful. Anthony, thank you so much for coming onto the program. Peter, do you have any comments?
Thank you.
No, I can't hear nothing.
You haven't got your headphones? No. Okay. Thanks so much, Anthony. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
And that was Anthony Kelly from Activist Legal Support speaking about police brutality, and Maz also gave a preliminary announcement of the rally. And Rob Starr is actually a great lawyer. Actually, he represented me. I got arrested with about 100 other people, Peter too, I think, for forest blockading in East Gippsland and locking onto a bulldozer. So that was about 20 years ago now. It's approximately 4:18. So let's get organised with everybody. So who wants to start with their story?
Sure, I'll start. Hello again. My name is Mohammed. I would like to thank for all the listeners that are listening to this issue, and we have some concern about what is happening to us. Firstly, I would like to say what this event means to us. This event, we are not fighting for anything else than just our basic human rights. We are just children, mothers and fathers who want their children to study and want to see their children. Nothing more than just having to reunite with their family. This is a basic right that we are denied by the Australian government, and we will fight. We will fight till we get our rights. This is something concerning and that the community should know about. And yeah, so just a little bit about my background. I came here when I was about 8 years old, and I migrated to Australia by boat, where I was kept in detention centre for about 6 months in total in Christmas Island and in Darwin. And when I first came in Melbourne, I was actually denied the right to study. When I went into language school, the first thing that they said to me is that you cannot come here. What was I to think? Just a little child having their right denied by a teacher? I did not have the right to study English. That's a basic right. What should I do? So I sat home for a while. until the call came that I was able to attend school. And the first thing in school that happened was a national test called the NAPLAN test, and I was also denied the right to complete this NAPLAN test for a reason that my English was not good. This is what our schools are teaching us. They are placing our children in a hierarchy. This should not happen. Our children should not be placed in a hierarchy. Aren't we being told every single day in our lives that we are all equal? Doesn't matter about our skin color, our visas, or our situation. We are all one, and we are all human beings. However, I was denied the right to complete an NAPLAN test, a test that I have been studying for that has challenged my skills and abilities. So I fought. Every lunchtime I used to read a book, until I went to the principal's office and I sat down and I said, "Oh, I'm going to complete this test, whether you like it or not." So she said, "Sure, fine, go sit." And thank God, after all, I did it, and I was happy, really happy with the result and this gave me hope. The hope that I can fight and to get my justice and right from this government they are abandoning my rights and all the 30,000 people just like me. Our children, they sleep at night with having the hope that, what will happen when I finish grade 12? Will I go to university? Well, let me just tell you, the answer is definitely no. We are denied the right to go to university. So what should I think as a student? Should I think that, oh, maybe one day I will go to university? No, I cannot think this with this government. They are abandoning me. They are giving my hopes to go down and down into a spiral. But I will fight. I will fight until this right and justice is gained from the Australian government.
See, there's no you can't get an education.
I cannot get in a basic bachelor education because I am denied to enter university with the current visa that I have.
Are you quite sure about that? Have you sought legal advice?
I have sought legal advice, and the only options for me are to get a full scholarship or to pay it. And how can I pay it if my ASRC is being cut for 5 years? My dad right now, he has a work injury and he has not been for 3 months. So my mom has to work full time just so she could pay my bills. And then she has to pay for my university. She cannot do that.
You know, one of these days, very soon, it'll be really good for you all to come back to the studio, and I'm going to have someone from the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre to have a chat with us.
Thank you very much.
And we're on air. We will have them answer all your questions and try and get people some help.
Thank you
and
very much.
maybe in a couple of weeks we can do that.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Next one.
Hello, my name is Rakaya, as I said before. As I said, I came to Australia with my family when I was 8 years old, and we came after 1312, and we were sent forcefully to Manus Island, and my family was the only Iraqi family that was forced to get sent to Manus Island in the detention centre there. The conditions there were really bad, and I stayed, my family stayed there for about 7 months, I think, and I was sick, and I got separated from my brother and dad just to get to go see a specialist to Australia. I got sent with my mum, and they said that I had to wait until I get my treatment. But then they sent me to another doctor where he said I was fine and there was nothing wrong with me and I can go back to Manus Island, me and my mum. If we refuse, they said that we will not see my brother or dad if we stay in Adelaide. So right now, since then, we stayed about a year and a half in detention centre going around until 2014. We finally got put in the community, but we had no rights to study or work. Me and my brother missed 2 years of schooling. When we came out, my brother was about 18 years old and he was pleading to get into high school just to finish his high school, but he was not allowed until finally they got him into high school where he was badly treated or racism or something by teachers against him being at school, and how it would feel for being the only kid at school who is older than everyone else, and he had to study year 12 twice because he couldn't get into university because he wasn't not allowed because of a visa. And then we applied for temporary protection visa, but we were not allowed. We got a first refusal, and then we were sent to the IAA for another, to see our case again. but then we were refused again, and you get the feeling that they didn't even look at the case, because we got the result back like a few days after Christmas or New Year, and they're like, oh, you've been refused again. After being refused, now my family, the RSS payments have been cut, and there's a lot of people like us who have got their seeking asylum refused, and it's really hard for the families here, even the Medicare being cut for us.
So you're in limbo. You don't quite know.
Yeah, you never...
All of you are, really, aren't
Yeah,
you?
we never settled down. We come here from countries that are war, poverty. Right now, Iraq is full of protest, and like you see 20-year-old boys getting killed in literally hit by guns. But I think here in Australia, they just kill us slowly and slowly mentally, while... I don't think it's like humanity. It's not human, yeah.
And you're not going to be killed, because you're going to fight for what you want.
Yeah, we are fighting to get our rights and humanity.
And you're pretty young, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm about 16, and I'm studying year 10. And I'm worried about when I finish high school, because I don't know if I can get into university. I want to study and become something that I can contribute to this society. But I don't think the government is letting us to do just that basic right.
I think, what I feel is happening here is that some of the things that people are talking about, and Hassan, I think you've brought quite a few people in here over the last couple of weeks. And I think what's important is that there are services out there. There's very few services, but people don't know about it.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? So we need to somehow connect people to the right service.
Yeah, we just want people to stand on our side and see that there's things, because maybe a lot of people might not know about refugees and how they live, because we are all parents and children and families are separated, who haven't seen their families because we're not allowed to travel or have any rights to study or work. So it's really hard for us. We just want to ask the community or Australian people to stand at our side and come to the rally with us on 7th of December at 2 p.m. at the Victoria State Library. Thank you.
Well, I'm so glad that that people are organising. It's really fantastic to see. And someone else who hasn't had a turn?
Your name? Mass. I'm Mass.
That's right. Yep.
So in regards to what Mohammed said, that we cannot study, like we cannot go to university, he's right. So what they say is they count us as international students, and the fee for international student is pretty, it's a massive fee. You're not going to pay like 10,000. You have to pay more than 40,000 for a course, maybe more than that. And, it's very hard for us that some of us don't have the right to study, don't have the right to work. And when you don't have the right to work, how are you going to pay for your studying, And when we want to get a job, they say to us you don't have the qualification to work. And, we are staying in the middle of something that says you have to work and you can't work. And we don't know what to do. So there are people that have been rejected also that I was going to talk about, that this is a very hard situation as well. So they reject you once, like me and my family, they rejected us once, and again the second time. With me, I haven't got SRSS payment for more than 3 years now, so I can't say about SRSS, but there are many people who have disabilities. There was a man a few weeks ago that we met. He was a full disability. He couldn't walk properly. He couldn't he could only speak. He couldn't move his hand properly, and it's very hard for him to not get any payments. How can he work? I want Australian government to come see him and say, as a human being, not as a doctor only, how can he work when he cannot walk properly? He can only speak, It's a very hard situation for many people. It's 30,000 people. We might say 10,000 are fine, okay? They are fine human being, but more than like 20,000, they have this mental issue that they are suffering from what they've been through. And it's a very hard situation. Like, we all been through it, and we are trying to fight for our rights. And we are asking all Australian community to stay with us and stand up to say justice for refugees and people seeking asylum. Because we are suffering. Like, if you just think about like a human being, this is not what a human being have to be through.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's actually a violation of human rights, and the Doing Time show is a show that provides a safe environment for people such as yourselves, refugees, to come in and talk about what's going on.
Yeah.
And Mohammed, is it?
Yeah, I'm just right.
Yep. So I won't look at you because otherwise it won't come out on the microphone. But yeah, do you have anything to say?
All I have to say is that we really need the encouragement of our MPs. We need the encouragement and the help of our MPs to come and say that this issue is happening in our land, in our country, and it needs to be raised. I think the point is that the message that we're trying to get across in this conversation is that most of the people in our community don't know about our issue, and don't know that people like us are facing these challenging times and these situations. And our local MPs are really the voice. They are our voice, and they are the people who represent us. And in my opinion, that if we do have our MPs on our side, we can really get our message across to all the Australian community. And this is really important. And what we are trying to do is just to stand up, because there are really people, we are very voiceless. And with our local MPs, we can really have a voice and a say in our community. Because with our visa situation, we can't really do anything.
Well, is our government sane? That's what we need to ask.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah, it's good what you're saying, but the coalition government, the Morrison government, is very unwelcoming towards refugees.
Yeah.
And what do we do about that? You're absolutely correct, though, that we do need to work within the system. It is a rotten system. It is a broken system. But I just also wanted to ask, just to clarify, just one by one, if you could just say what detention centres you've been in.
I've been in Christmas Island. I've been in all detention centres for the time that I've been there. And after that, they transferred me to Adelaide detention.
And that's Maz?
Yes, Maz.
Yeah, I've been to Manus Island. First, I entered Christmas Island, then Manus Island, and then back to Christmas, and went around in Darwin, Adelaide, back to Christmas, into a detention centre that was already closed down, where they put all the people from Manus Island there, and then they finally got people in who came by boat, but we were treated badly. They made us as like, they from Manus, they look like criminals or something like that. So I've been through a lot, and then finally I got into Melbourne's detention centre, and then I put in the community.
And you're still alive, and you're here.
Yep. Still going through it.
You're strong. We survived.
Yeah.
It's amazing what the human body can put up with,
Yeah.
Yep.
It's incredible.
Yeah, because a lot of people going through this situation they get depression, anxiety. My parents or other people, there's a lot of people who are asylum seekers who have mental issues, who have to see psychologists, who have to take medications for depression and anxiety. What for? For this government not giving us the rights for humans?
That's exactly right. And
I've been in all detention centres in Christmas Island, and also been in the Darwin detention centre, where I was kept for approximately 3 months. There was medical care, but we did not really have any sort of medical care towards us. It was just basic medical care, such as vaccinations. But if you we did not have any treatment of any sort. And also many people, just like Raya said, many people do face with anxiety and depression through these times, because it is a very severe emotional period for these people. for them not having to be able to see their families for a lot of years. Just like myself, I haven't been able to see my sister for approximately 7 years now. And what's my answer to that? And just because of this, my mom is facing from severe depression and anxiety because, of course, this is her child that she has not seen for 7 years. And we need people who need to put themselves in our shoes and look at it from their perspectives.
You're absolutely right. And it's good that you're able, because not everybody is happy to talk on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I want to interview some people, not just refugees, but no, not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some people are sometimes they are scared to talk as well.
Yeah.
Frightened.
But
Frightened.
we're not scared anymore because we have to fight for our rights.
Yeah.
Yep. We can't stand this anymore.
Someone else
Actually,
was saying?
sorry, just I'm gonna add
Hassan?
this.
Yeah.
You said you tried to enter some people but they're not coming. Actually, when we came here 2012, what happened is when they give our the visa 050, there's no right to study or work. After that, 2 years they leave us without any study and work. But what happened after 2 years? The new system is calling fast track. So before they give this new visa, what they said for us, you have to sign from the behavior. So this is behavior. If you even pass the traffic light or whatever, we're gonna send you back for the detention center.
Yeah, that is
this
true.
is if you remember, for the early
Yes.
the situation. So if you have any problem, we're gonna send you. Even the traffic light fine, we're gonna send you for the detention center. So I expect from the 30,000 of people, they're refugee, they're seeking asylum, and they come from their country, and they're scared to go back, and they die, and they think this is not. It's not legal to protest that, but I can say everything is legal. And in the beginning, you guys talking about the police, and from our next protest, everything's approved from the state library. I get the proof, and I get I contact the police as well, and they're gonna be there as well. So we're doing everything. Actually protest, if even not rally, it's protest. We're just gonna say for people, we need our family from.
That's right.
We need family reunion. It's everyone for this Christmas is gonna be with the family, excepting the refugee. So we need the fair treatment, and don't be shocked if you call someone and they not come because they're scared to go back for the detention center.
That's exactly right, and I think that there's, that can be really difficult. So I'm hoping that people do turn up to this rally on the 7th of December at what time?
2 o'clock.
At
2 o'clock
yeah.
at the State Library. And can one of you just read out the demands again for that rally or protest?
Okay, so for the protest, our message that we want to get across is we want permanent protection visa, not TPVs, allow family reunion rights, and fair processing for asylum claims. Because we are 30,000 people. We're not a small number. We're not about hundreds or 200 people. We are 30,000 people who are representing in Australian community that we want our rights. There was something that I wanted to talk about as well. There are people who does not have their visas as well. They've been given visas that's been for 6 months, and after that they want to apply for a visa again, but Australian government says, no, sit down and wait for us. You will hear back from us. But I know more than 200 people myself that they have not been heard anything from the government. Government haven't said anything to them about that, and they don't have any visa. It's hard to live without a visa, and they don't have any IMI card. IMI card been expired. Their Medicare been expired, and they go to they go to Centrelink, and they say you have to wait for your visa to come, otherwise we're not allowed to give you Medicare.
But how are they in the community without a visa? I don't understand.
You have to ask Australian government.
Yeah.
We don't know the reason as well.
But is that true?
Yeah.
There's many people
What do you mean?
that.
I don't get it.
We've been my partner, he doesn't have a visa as well. We went to
Be careful what you're saying on air.
Okay.
No. Is this? Does a lawyer know this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all right.
Lawyer knows this. We talked to the lawyer.
So it's public knowledge.
Yes.
Okay.
And we went to Immigration Department of Victoria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went there and we complete the form. We gave it to the lady, and she said you have to wait until the minister get back to you.
Okay.
And I was surprised. I just asked, what do you mean? Like, why do we have to wait? Like, we want to apply for a visa. And she said, no, sorry, you can't. And, the way she talked to me was really scary as well. So I thought, even if I don't get out of there, they're going to get me back to detention.
I see.
The way she talks and stuff. She got me
So you're
scared.
saying that people are slipping through the cracks?
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
Like, and I don't have the exact data, but I'm sure there are more than 1,000 people in the same situation. Yeah,
I'm
bless
sorry,
you.
we don't have money to have whole buttons here. This is not through AW, but
True.
Anyway.
First, bless you. And actually, last time, I think Peter Dutton, he said that 8,500 people they reject already, and they deport them like the Tamil family. So this is like the numbers from the government, it's not from us. So more than 30% from the people they rejected. So when they reject someone, same the Ruqayya family, what they do, they cut their salary, and they take them into care, and they take the health card.
Yeah,
so
limbo.
It's limbo. And seriously, like, it's very, very hard for people to live with this.
It is very,
without
very hard.
any work and without, it's very hard.
It's approximately 4:41 and you're listening to the Doing Time show, and in case listeners have just tuned in, we're doing some interviews and stories with refugees. Now, just to give listeners a bit of a break, I'm just going to play a song. It's called Permanent Revolution, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Believe the bullshit that's made today's headlines. From the front page to the back page, it's just a pack of lies. A bunch of rich pricks telling us what they want us to hear. But the world that they present to us is not as it appears. Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? A daily dose of fantasy in a world of make-believe, where the freedom of the press is just the freedom to deceive. They glorify the wealthy and they justify their greed, while they ridicule the powerless and those who live in need. So is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? They print the same old garbage and they bang the same old drum. The cops are always heroes and the rest of us are scum. Spreading racist bullshit, so we fight among ourselves. The rich end up in power and the poor end up in cells. Is it true? you read it in the right-wing press? Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? Is it true? Or did you read it in the right-wing press? It's not true.
And you're back with the Doing Time show. And we were just discussing off air a couple of things that people wanted to talk about. But before that, I'll just announce the song. It's called Permanent Revolution, and it's called Is It True? And it's about people, when people fight against each other and they are divided. And it's true, we all have to unite and help one another, which really is lacking in a lot of activist circles, to be honest. Forget I said that. Okay, so who wants to talk about another event?
Yes, I'm Mass again. So I was gonna also talk about this event that's only for teachers and teacher aides who are in the school, like school environment, because it's been up with Education Union. And the event's called Standing Up for Refugees in Our Schools. Because, like, you know, there are a lot of students in the school who needs support from their teachers, like Roqaya, like Mohammed, and, like, lots of other refugees and asylum seekers in the school community. So we have organized this event on 26th of November at 6:30 p.m. for all the teachers to come along. It's a Tuesday, and also it's in Melbourne's Multicultural Hub. I'm asking all the teachers and integrate teachers to come along and meet all our beautiful people, beautiful students, and I'm also a teacher aide, and I'm gonna be there on the day and talk about our story more openly and say everything on the day. And we will have also the manager of Education Union there with us. His name's Justin. He's going to be talking as well, and I will be pleased if I see any teacher on the day.
Have you spoken to the Refugee Action Collective about this? Because there's a lot of teachers.
Yes, they are aware of that, and also Teachers for Refugees, they all aware of it, and they are the one who organised the event with Justice for Refugees.
So tell me more. Can you tell listeners more about Justice for Refugees? You're all a part of this group. Is it a relatively new group?
Yes, we have established our group in August 2019. We seems like a new group, but we've been working from 2015 to now. On my side, I've just joined. Me, Mohammed, Roqaya, we just joined, but Hassan been organising all the rallies and protests from 2015 to now with other activists. And we are representing 30,000 people in Australian community who came to Australia in 2012 and 2013 by boat. And we're all seeking asylum. When I say we, because I'm part of it as well. And we are people seeking asylum who've been rejected or refused protection under the unfair fast track system. So fast track is what Australian government has been appealed after 2014. They bring up this policy which is saying all the people who are refugees and asylum seeker under CHEV, TPVs, and bridging visa, we cannot apply for any permanent protection visa in Australia. If we have any children who are born in Australia, they don't have the right to be permanent or even citizenship. They can't get that. If we are married to someone who's an Australian citizen, we cannot apply for any spouse visa, like any married visa to get like a permanent or citizen. We can't go for that. And also, like, there are lots of people who are under bridging visa who have not heard about an interview, like to go talk about their visa or like apply for a new visa. And yeah, we are representing these 30,000 people, and also we've had enough. So we thought of this time we will stand up. We will have our own organization. This organization been held like we all refugees and asylum seeker who are working on the organization as well. And we're all working as volunteering. It's very, it's very impressive to see all the refugees wanting to help themselves and people who are like them. And we are calling on the government to end law that discriminates against people seeking asylum living in Australian community. And we want a fair and safe refugee assessment procedure. We want Australian government to provide permanent protection visas because we had enough. We are people living in an Australian community. We haven't seen our families for more than 7 years now. Like, we had enough. Like, there are people who haven't seen their kids for more than 7 years. As a mother, it's very hard to not see your kids for 7 years. As Mohammed just mentioned before, his mother haven't seen the sister for a long time.
That would be awful.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So all we want is family reunion rights and permanent protection. We want permanency in Australia. That's the biggest thing we want. The smallest thing we want, actually.
Before this Christmas.
Before the Christmas.
We want to be reassured that we do have a piece of belonging in this community, and that all our hard work and dedication in this community has not been going to waste. It actually has. It does mean something to the community and to the government.
Well, that's very true. And in fact, I mean, have you organised speakers for the rally yet, or is that something you'll do further down the track?
Yeah, we do have some speakers who's going to speak at the rally. And also I want to say, for children who are born in Australia, personally, I have a sister who was born here and now she's just 5. And even though they have, she's sick and she would need medical attention, and we have to buy things that specifically need for her help. And you see, if you have a child here and if they go to prep or kinder and they see their friends having things and then they want, but you see their RSS payments are cut, so what's the point? Like, you see a child who was born here, like they don't either belong to Australia or the country they come from.
That's right.
So they're just like, they have no identity, basically. That's how I feel. And that is not fair for the kids here.
It's really not fair. And you could actually say that Australia is in some ways a concentration camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Is it Mohammed there?
Yeah, Mohammed.
Oh, Mohammed. Well, for me, everyone's welcome here.
Yep.
Thank you.
And Marissa, I'm sure you agree.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we agree with it. Australian people are very beautiful people. They're really nice. Yeah. It's just the law and the government.
That's right.
And how they're pressuring us to, they push us to ends where, we can't handle it anymore. There's a lot of people who get pushed to the edge where they commit suicide because they can't see their families, or they have going through depression because of emotional state. So this is not fair. We just want the MPs to stand out on our side and people of the community to see how refugees are living. We're all like human beings,
Refugees can't vote, can they?
No, we can't.
No. Especially, I was actually going to bring up this question is that, aren't we all a part of this democracy? We all should have a saying and a right. For example, people who do turn 18 believe that if they are a part of this democracy, then why shouldn't they have the right to vote? This is our right, and we should be able to choose our government, and our government that will support us. I know that many of my friends who have turned over 18 say that, actually what? Till this day, I feel that I still have not belonged in this government. They said that to me, maybe I thought when I turned 18, I will have the right to vote and feel like that I do contribute to this community and contribute to who our government will be, deciding that. But until now, they are still very disappointed that they are not a part of this democracy.
What democracy? But yeah.
Yeah,
true.
6 minutes.
Yeah, it's approximately 4:53, and as Peter so helpfully pointed out, we have 6 minutes left of our show.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Beyond Zero coming up next, and they're coming up soon. But in the meantime, Peter and I wanted to thank you all on behalf of the Doing Time show for coming in.
Yeah, no problem. We appreciate for you having us here.
And I'm hoping that, we can make this a regular event. And I know that the last couple of months, we've been doing a lot of work on refugees. We're certainly not neglecting our other topics, but this has become a crisis. It's a really, it's a national disgrace. It
Most
really
definitely,
is
yeah.
a national disgrace, the way refugees are treated. And in particular, I wanted to just alert listeners to the fact that there's also some rallies coming up, national rallies, in regards to the government wanting to repeal the Medivac bill for people in detention. And anyway, so we'll talk about that. Any final comments?
Well, basically, we just want people to stand on our side. We don't want anything. We just want to settle down as families, get reunion before this Christmas. That's it. We don't ask for much. We want permanent protection visas. Because even though I was in Manus, they said when you're going to leave Manus, you're going to get protection, temporary permanent visas, but we were lied to, even though when we came out of detention centres, we were given subclass 050 visas, where you just feel like you came out from a small detention centre into a bigger one, because we have to call them every time we move, like every month. If we want to travel around in Australia, it's like being, I don't know, like criminals. Like they have to go after us, seeing where we go, what we do, and they monitor us basically.
Well, you know what? An injury to one is an injury to all, and believe me, this is going to become like America now, where everybody's going to be monitored.
Yeah,
and it's already happening now.
Yeah,
absolutely. We've got 1 minute left of this show, so it's goodbye from everybody. Goodbye from Marissa.
Thank you so much. You have a lovely day.
I would just like to say that if for any listeners that would like to hear more about our stories and the challenges that we face, please visit our Facebook page, Justice for Refugee Victoria. We would like all listeners to please make a contribution also to our rally on the 7th of December. Please attend and please make a contribution, because after all, we are people and we have some humanity in our kind, and we would like us and every single person to be a part of our justice community. And just like they say, a drop after a drop fills the cup. So one person can bring two, and two can bring three. This is what's going to contribute this community and make it a great better.
Yep.
You know, you guys have made me feel so much better. It's wonderful to see you all fighting for your rights.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
All the listeners who listen to our stories.
Thank you.
Take care and stay strong.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
As long as you a true fella, as long as you a real fella. All the people of different races with different lives in different places. It doesn't matter what your name is. We got to have lots of changes. We need more brothers if we're to make it. We need more sisters if we're to save it. Are you the one who's gonna stand up and be counted? Are you the one who's gonna be there when we shout it? Are you the one who's always ready with a helping hand? Are you the one who understands this family plan? Black fella, white fella, yellow fella, any fella, it doesn't